What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Asia.
And it's your boy, BJ. And we back like we never left. So it is official. Chuck and Jimmy, they need some family counseling.
Definitely that. I agree 100%. 100%.
Nah, I really feel like the family counseling for Jimmy, for Jimmy and Chuck, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
No, I think it's done.
At this point, it's completely done.
Yeah.
I just want to see like where this goes moving forward, because as of now, like, it's completely like dissolved as far as their relationship, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jimmy kind of let that be known also by saying, when you die, just know you'll be alone. Because I won't be there for you. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like he's messed up the relationship too bad at this point anyway. Chuck definitely has. Just saying. That's my opinion. Just
like you said, jealousy and envy coming from my frenemies, not your enemies, but your frenemies, your family. People that's the closest to you.
Right.
And also, we saw Gustavo. Mm-hmm. Like last episode or last couple of episodes, we saw Gustavo pop up.
Yep.
So, like, as far as, like, Mike, now I see why Gustavo kind of likes Mike.
Yeah.
And why Mike, as far as, like, vice versa, liking Gustavo, too.
Yep, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. They work alike. They think somewhat alike, too,
Yeah, just as far as, like, being low-key, being, like, a lone wolf type of thing. Other than that, we saw Don Aladio. We seen him like going to the cartel. Hector, like seeing like Hector, like now you can tell he really jealous.
Yeah.
Of Gustavo. He done ran up in his restaurant.
He wanted in on the money. That's why.
Telling him he gonna distribute my product. Like now I see why Gustavo really had it out for Hector at the end of Breaking Bad too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. He sure did.
He was ready to do this. Take him out.
Okay, y'all. So let's step in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, smash the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from Asia and BJ. Tap into the Patreon and check out all of our unedited, uncut videos, behind the scenes footage, Patreon posts, and access to all of our TV series as well, all over on Patreon. All of that to say, let's go ahead and get into this video, y'all.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Found a phone. It looks like it's from 1967, but I think it'll work.
Good. What do you think? On? Off?
I think off.
Yeah, you're right.
You sure this is the right play? In my experience, the bigger the lie, the harder it can be to dig out.
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Is this a different house? The same house?
I think it's the same one.
It's open!
Oh, that's why.
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
You look lovely.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Hey, what's with the candles?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
Oh, my God. Boom. Power goes down. They say they'll have it on again by tomorrow. In the meantime, how about we just rough it?
Why not? It'll be fun. We'll do an haute cuisine campout.
Great.
I can't eat another bite.
To the Galloping Gourmet.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks. This turned out better than I thought.
And then we went and got, it was a raspberry Linzer tort in Innsbruck. But I miss having one place to hang my hat. Oh, I'm sorry. I hate that thing. I feel like I'm on a leash.
Uh-oh.
I have to take this. I'm sorry. Hi, Andre. No, I'm just at dinner. What's up? Yeah, no problem.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's going on with this guy?
What the hell? I'll have to call you back. I'm sorry.
It is incredibly bad manners to answer a cell phone in company.
I didn't mean to offend you. Thank you for a lovely dinner, but I should be getting back to the hotel.
Oh.
You gotta do something. Just tell her what's going on.
No.
Would you rather she think you're a raging prick than know the truth?
You will not tell her.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. I dropped the phone.
Why he didn't want to say nothing to him?
I don't know.
Because obviously the phone was irritating him.
And if she really, loved him, or cared for him, she would understand.
She would understand if he told her. But he just let her leave without even saying it. That must have been at the very beginning stages of him having like the issues with the electric impulses and stuff.
After this, you take her home, you put her in a big bowl, and don't feed her too much. People get fat. Fish, they drown in leftover food.
All right, already, Jacques Cousteau.
I'm guessing our friend didn't refer you to me to get ichthyological advice.
I'm looking for someone with a light touch. I'm not talking some teenager taking a 5-finger discount. I need highly skilled, discreet, a real pro.
You gotta fit him in a tight space?
I don't think so.
I got just the guy then.
Now I see why our fish died. We was overfeeding them. Either overfeeding them or our water was wrong. It was something.
We didn't overfeed it.
Maybe it was the water.
Now that they all died on the same day.
Great job, Miss Wexler. Very refreshing. Ladies, dinner's on me.
Kim, I knew you were good, but I didn't know you were this good.
Oh, I'm glad you're happy. I hate to be a buzzkill, but there is something you need to hear. It's about your former attorney, Charles McGill. Charles has been making some very ugly allegations about his brother, with whom I happen to share an office space.
Allegations of what?
Charles thinks that Jimmy somehow took control of your documents. He believes Jimmy transposed the address numbers.
Transpose the numbers? That's pretty Baroque.
If there's one thing I cannot abide, it's a man who won't own up to his mistakes. Now, whatever mud McGill is slinging is not going to screw me out of the best outside counsel I've ever had.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Wow. Ken was like, I'm going to keep it 1,000 with y'all.
At least she told him, though. Like, I would appreciate her for being upfront about it instead of me finding out about it in the wrong way, you know?
How you feeling, Chuck? I'll muddle through, because this is a lot to ask. And if you're not up to it, just throwing this out there, maybe you don't need to testify at all.
I'm the only person who can adequately explain the context of that tape. Otherwise, the defense will tear it to shreds.
One of my jobs is to safeguard the firm's reputation.
This is not the time to worry about how we look. This is about what's right and what's wrong. I'm not going to risk Jimmy getting, what, a year's suspension? Maybe 2? He deserves disbarment, not some slap on the wrist.
If I had a brother, I would never wish nothing like that upon him.
No.
Or try to take him out like that to get him disbarred. That's crazy.
I just feel like the common, typical person wouldn't either.
If everyone's ready to begin testimony, Mr. Alley, call your witness.
Jimmy was very agitated. He was shouting. He demanded Charles turn over the evidence.
Objection. We haven't established the tape is evidence of anything.
Allow me to rephrase. Jimmy demanded an audio cassette in Charles's possession. He then broke the cassette into pieces and went on to confront his brother. Mr. Brightbill and I were concerned that Jimmy might strike his brother. So that's when we stepped in.
Thank you, Mr. Hamlin.
Certainly.
He's trying to make it sound all bad. Make it sound worse than what it really was.
Yeah, but even Chuck said Jimmy would never hit him.
You testified you've known my client for some time. How long exactly?
Nearly 10 years.
How did you come to know him?
His brother asked to hire him in the mailroom at our firm.
How'd you feel when you found out he'd become a lawyer?
Surprised. He'd put himself through law school and taken the bar exam without telling any of the partners.
He bootstrapped his way into a law degree while working in your mailroom. Did you consider taking him on as an associate?
We did, briefly.
Sounds like you didn't hire him. Why not? With that kind of grit?
The partners decided it would be best to avoid the appearance of nepotism.
Nepotism? Your firm is Hamlin, Hamlin, and McGill, right? Who's the other Hamlin?
My father.
Which partner was the most concerned with nepotism?
Charles McGill.
So Jimmy's own brother blocked him.
Objection.
It's relevant to understand the relationship between these brothers.
We'll give you some leeway, Miss Wexler, but don't stray too far. Charles McGill is not the subject of this hearing.
At this time, the State Bar would like to enter Exhibit 5 into evidence. We ask that Charles McGill's recording be played.
What are you still doing here?
Flight's delayed.
How delayed?
40 minutes last I checked.
Who's flight delayed?
The State Bar is ready to proceed.
Begging your pardon, the defense requests a moment to review, if we could.
All right, when you're ready.
What are we doing?
Stalling.
Yes, my brother has many admirable qualities. In some ways, I can say I admire him.
Too cold.
I love my brother.
I wonder how many times he went over his script.
Right.
You'd go to such lengths to humiliate me?
I did it for Kim. She worked her butt off to get Mesa Verde while you and Howard sat around sipping scotch and chortling. Kim deserves Mesa Verde, not you, not HHM. I did it to help her. I honestly didn't think it would hurt you so bad. I thought you'd just say, oh crap, I made a mistake, and go on with your life like a normal person.
Jimmy, you do realize you just confessed to a felony?
Yes. But you feel better, right? Besides, it's your word against mine.
Oh, it sounds bad.
I know.
It sounds so bad.
We need to make accommodations for your next witness. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
The clerk is going to collect your cell phones, watches, key fobs, anything electrical. Thank you for understanding.
Your phone, sir?
I left it in the car.
There's nobody in the world that get these type of accommodations.
Right. On a good day.
Taking off the clock, cutting off the lights.
No, man.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Cheers.
Huh, that's Lavelle Crawford.
Isn't that the guy that he was in Breaking Bad too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Mr. McGill, I'll try to be brief. This tape, what compelled you to make it?
I had a suspicion my brother had tampered with documents in a case I was working on.
Doesn't sound particularly brotherly.
I believe it was his hope that the tainted documents would cause the client to become disillusioned with my representation and return to their previous attorney, Ms. Wexler, which I should note is precisely what happened.
Objection.
I'm not saying Ms. Wexler knew what Jimmy was doing or had any involvement. I'm only stating that it happened. Without physical evidence, I felt that a recorded confession was my best bet.
And at the time, would you say that you were in possession of your faculties?
What you heard was theater. I exaggerated the symptoms of my disease to extract the truth.
Can we talk about your disease for a moment?
Of course. It is sometimes referred to as EHS, electromagnetic hypersensitivity.
EHS.
It's not a common condition, is it?
I know it sounds strange, I do. But 30 years ago, no one had heard of peanut allergies.
Would you say that your illness affects your ability to think clearly?
No, it affects me physically. It causes me great pain.
Mr. McGill, I have only one more question for you. Do you hate your brother?
Absolutely not. I love my brother. There's nothing malicious in Jimmy. He has a way of doing the worst things for reasons that sound almost noble. But what I know for sure is that the law is too important to be toyed with. And the way my brother treats the law, it breaks my heart. That's why I did what I did. Not to hurt him, but to protect something that I hold sacred.
Thank you, Mr. McGill. The State Bar rests.
You know he had to add that in there at the end and everything.
Yeah.
Do you hate your brother?
Do you have
Uh-oh. Jimmy bringing in some surprises.
Yeah, you see how his face changed when he saw her?
At this time, I'd like to turn cross-examination over to my co-counsel, James McGill.
Well, there's been a lot of fuss about it, but you and I have never really talked about this tape you made.
We lost the opportunity when you burglarized my house to destroy it. Is this where you claim the tape is spurious? That it's not really your voice?
No, that's me on the tape. But still, I have some questions. Like the recorder, it must have hurt like hell for you to touch that.
There was a degree of discomfort, that's true.
Would you like to set the scene, tell them, what your house looked like at the time of the recording?
Objection. Relevance?
How can you know what the tape really means unless you know what was going on when it was recorded?
Overruled. The witness could answer the question.
I covered most of the walls with foil scrim craft insulation. I also hung a number of space blankets.
It's shiny insulation all over the walls and the ceiling. It was like being inside of a disco ball.
Do you have a point?
I'm impressed by how much work went into entrapping me. You went all out.
I didn't entrap you. I provoked an admission. That's not the same thing.
How did you know it would work? Why'd you think a bunch of shiny plastic would make me say anything? Isn't it because you knew that it was precisely the thing that would worry me so much that I'd say anything to talk you down?
Objection.
As I've said, I was playing up my condition. Usually it's a perfectly normal house.
You think your house is normal? So, exposed wires. There's a camp stove. a lantern on top of newspapers. You call this normal?
I call them adaptations for a physical medical condition.
Did the doctor who granted me guardianship for you think this was a physical condition?
Objection. We discussed a physical allergy, not a mental disability.
Potato, it comes down to this. In order to understand what I was thinking, you need to see Chuck through my eyes. I believe that tape was evidence of only one thing. My brother hates me. He claims that he lied to me to get me to tell the truth. And I'm telling you, I lied to my brother to make him feel better. Which of us you believe depends on how we all understand the mind of Charles McGill.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
But watch yourself.
Chuck, I'd like to go back, talk about when these symptoms first started. It was shortly after you were divorced, is that right?
Yes.
You think the stress of the divorce brought on the illness?
I doubt it. It was an amicable split.
In fact, your ex-wife is present with us today, is she not? When was the last time you two saw each other?
Objection. I can't see what purpose this serves.
I can. I'll tell you why my brother brought my ex-wife to this hearing, lured by concern for me. What Jimmy's driving at is the last time I saw her, I covered up my illness. I'm sorry I deceived you, Rebecca. I didn't want you to think less of me. Now Jimmy has outed me in front of you. You know why? To rattle me. He's hoping this will break me down. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Jimmy. Have I answered your questions to your satisfaction?
Oh, I can't stand Chuck.
No.
I want to be very, very specific here. This illness, what does it feel like?
There's a tightness in my chest, difficulty breathing, and pain.
Sounds horrible. Does it hurt right now?
There's always some discomfort, yes. Electricity is everywhere in the modern world. But I very much appreciate the indulgence of the panel for their accommodation here today. I can handle this fine.
What's she doing?
The farther away it is, the stronger the source needs to be to have an effect.
Got it. So if I had a small battery and I got it close to you, close to your skin, you'd know.
I would feel it, yes.
Can you feel more current coming from any particular direction right now?
Jimmy, do you have something in your pocket?
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact. My cell phone. From this distance, you should feel it, and you don't, do you?
Just as I thought. There's no battery in here. You removed the battery. Sorry little trick, isn't it?
Yeah, you got me, Chuck. I removed the battery.
Objection.
God, Jimmy, don't you know by now this is real? I feel this. What do I have to do to prove it to you?
I don't know, Chuck. Could you reach into your breast pocket and tell me what's there?
What
Can you tell the court what that was?
Oh.
A battery.
Mr. Chairman, please.
You recognize that man in back? Huel Babineau. He's on our witness list. You bumped into him in the stairway. He planted this fully charged battery on you over an hour and a half ago, and you felt nothing.
No, it's a trick.
Mental illness is a non-issue. If he were schizophrenic, it wouldn't take away from the fact that the defendant...
I am not crazy!
Uh-oh.
I know he swapped those numbers. I just couldn't prove it. He got that idiot at the copy shop to lie for him.
Mr. McGill, please, you don't have to...
You think this is bad? This chicanery? He defecated through a sunroof. And I saved him. I shouldn't have. I took him into my own firm. What was I thinking? He'll never change. He'll never change. Ever since he was 9, couldn't keep his hands out of the cash drawer. But not our Jimmy. Couldn't be precious Jimmy, stealing them blind. And he gets to be a lawyer? What a sick joke. I should have stopped him when I had the chance. And you have to stop him.
Oh, they look at how I'm looking at him right now.
Because that's all he wants.
I apologize.
No, forget that.
I lost my train of thought.
Right. The battery made you do it.
Do you have anything else?
No, nothing further.
If that don't prove that he hates Jimmy, I don't know what else does. He went back to when he was 9 years old.
Right. Something
Wow.
again, he continues to hold that over his head, like...
It kind of points towards like a little bit of a mental illness a little bit. How he just went off like that? Oh, that's it? I wasn't even paying attention.
Dang.
Shout out to Lavelle Crawford. He came through in the clutch. that quick little handoff pass, the little put it on up in there.
Yeah. But see,
Chicanery.
I said that too. I was like, I just feel like it's something about like, you know, what he did and what he got away with, like as a kid that Chuck keeps wanting to hold over Jimmy's head, like he should just be, you know, like we need to pay him back for what he did.
But
like,
not our precious Jimmy.
Yeah, right. The way that people actually view Jimmy is not the way that he wants people to see Jimmy. Like, he wants them to see him as this bad guy. Like,
the same 9-year-old that he knows.
Yeah, you do bad things, like, type of thing, you know?
Even he brought up, like, literally everything. He pretty much tried to bring up everything about Jimmy.
Yeah.
But really what he was doing was showing all the ways and the reasons why he hates Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly.
When you sit there and look at the panel and how they were just looking at him, they were, like, almost surprised, like, he hates his brother
that much. Yeah, but that's what we've been saying.
And now it makes sense. And then it's making sense to everybody in the courtroom. Everybody, his ex-wife Howard. Everybody's like, if he wouldn't have just shut up.
If he wouldn't have said that part. Yeah, not that part. Yeah.
No, but this shows how clever and how good Jimmy is at what he does as far as being a lawyer.
Yeah.
He put the battery in his pocket. To show that.
But he did something real slick to make that happen, though.
Slick, ain't he? that hustler mentality, that's slick, like by any means necessary.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But he had the battery there for over an hour and a half.
Yeah, he did.
And nothing's wrong with him.
Nope. Not at all. Not at all. Whole time I've been saying, I'm like, I think he just faking. Like, he just wants to have this condition when he wants to have the condition. He wants the whole breakout when he wants to have the whole little breakout. So whatever attention he gets from that is really what I think he's doing it for at this point. It's just the attention. It's just the attention.
The attention, maybe the control, because it causes you see all the stops they pull out.
Yeah.
Just to get him to come into the building,
right.
Whether it's at HHM or here at the hearing.
Yeah.
So
not normal.
Yeah. It definitely points to something more up here than more of a physical ailment.
Right. Exactly.
Wow, Jimmy just proved that.
Yeah.
Man.
He did.
Man, I hire Jimmy any day. If I ever got in trouble with Jimmy, I need. If a lawyer was a football player, he went Patrick Mahomes. Like, come on now. They still got these little bands with the rubber bands on them.
Uh-oh.
Hola, Don Hector. Hey, Nacho. Have a seat.
Damn. Him and Nacho look like brothers. He look a little. That look a little light.
Definitely that.
You're light.
Super light.
You got my share, man. I swear.
Uh-oh.
All right. Make it up next week.
Thank you, Nacho.
He got out of that. He got out of there quick.
Okay. He said, okay.
Road runner.
Who works for who? Huh?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, the way that sound back there, it sounded like he was short at least by about $2,000.
Messing up folk kitchen and everything.
Oh, they say the hell with the kitchen.
¿No has visto el cuero negro?
Atrás, papá. Al lado de la gamuza roja.
Bad.
Oh.
That's a needle. Well, it's obviously it's like a needle in there too, right?
Yeah. He sold his hand, basically.
Well, what happened to the dude?
Jimmy McGill has worked tirelessly to build a practice that helps an underserved segment of our community, the elderly. You've heard from many of Mr. McGill's clients today. He took the time to make sure they had wills that accurately reflected their wishes, because Jimmy McGill cares about people. He's devoted the past 3 years of his life to his brother's welfare, dropping everything to care for his brother through multiple hospitalizations. And yet during this time, Charles McGill's irrational animus towards his brother grew to epic proportions. When he discovered he had been betrayed by his only living blood relative, Jimmy snapped. Wouldn't you? I might.
I might too.
Chuck?
Jimmy McGill had no premeditated agenda when he entered his brother's home. So now the question you must ask yourselves is this: is the legal profession better with Jimmy McGill in it? I believe the answer is a resounding yes.
Oh, here's to 12 short months. Also, call the Pope, because according to your summation, I ought to be a saint.
Saint Jimmy?
Boom.
So he didn't get disbarred. They celebrating.
12 months or something.
Have you given any thought to what you're going to do for the next year, with your clients?
Whoa, slow down. That is tomorrow talk. Tonight, I celebrate with the world's best defense attorney. Where are your notes? Let's spread them out and roll around on them.
Whatever they did worked.
So I think it sounds like maybe he can't practice for like the next 12 months, because she just asked him what is he going to do
with his clients and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you see Chuck, he like at the house looking like he just depressed.
Jimmy, I was just at Chuck's and he won't answer the door. I was out there knocking for almost an hour.
It sounds like Chuck. I'm sure he's fine. He's just being dramatic.
Well, I think it's a little bit more than that. I want you to come with me to get him to let us in. Jimmy, he needs our help.
No thanks. I've already kicked my door in for the year.
You owe it to him.
Not you too.
I don't owe him squat.
No, not at this point. Maybe a foot up his ass, but other than that, I don't owe you nothing.
Jimmy, you lied to me. This was never about helping Chuck.
If you feel misled, I apologize. I told you I had to defend myself and Chuck would need help afterwards, which he does.
You got what you wanted. Now it's time to do what's right.
Yeah, no.
Jimmy, he's still your brother.
Not anymore, he's not.
Bye.
They got she looking like she's surprised. Only if she really knew.
Chuck was right about you all along. He's mentally ill. What is your excuse? Enjoy your champagne.
I like my peace.
Right. And I will enjoy my champagne. We're probably going to pop another bottle after this.
Right.
Okay, so it definitely didn't end the way that Chuck wanted to.
Kaylee asked if her daddy ever used to cook, and I told her about how Maddie used to make her Mickey Mouse pancakes on weekends. She didn't remember, but I think it made her happy. Boy, Maddie made it look easy. Mine looked terrible. Kaylee didn't care. Career day's coming up, and she asked me if I would go and talk about her daddy's job. She wants to know more about what he did. And that kind of took my breath away.
That's good work, Stacy. Oh. Who's next?
Thanks for coming. It means a lot.
Well, honey, if it makes you feel any better, I'm all for it.
Thing is, I sort of volunteered you for something. To help with a new playground.
Sure, but why me?
Well, they need someone who knows how to pour concrete.
Sweetheart, that's not really my department.
Sure it is, Pop. You built a carport when Maddie was a kid.
I did?
Yeah, he told me about it a bunch of times. You let Maddie write his initials in the wet cement. Pop, the way he talked about you, it was like you hung the moon. Sorry, I can get you out of it. I just thought
No, it's fine. Just tell me when, where.
Probably would be good for Mike to attend a place like that.
What?
Kind of how she has like a support group.
He was there, wasn't he?
But I'm saying for him to like talk. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know he's not going to do no talking. Nothing about nothing when it comes to Mike. He's not about to talk about anything. Does that guy ever put on regular clothes?
The guy's got on a suit and hard bottoms.
Jimmy was suspended for 12 months. This is a win, my friend. I know, it doesn't feel like it. But hear me out. Jimmy's not going to be a lawyer for 1 year. And if he screws up, which we both know is likely, his PPD terminates. And that 1 year may turn into forever. Chuck, you're at a crossroads. You can keep looking backwards, stay focused on your brother, what he's up to, or you can go forward. I say, put your energy into the future.
Look at Chuck. If soaking had a mascot, it would be him.
To new beginnings.
To new beginnings.
Well, look at that. Can't be all that bad.
Francesca, it's go time.
Hi, Mrs. Adamson. Are you available to talk with Jimmy? Great. Mrs. Adamson.
Hello, dear. Do you have a moment? I just wanted you to be the first to know that I'll be taking a brief sabbatical from the law. One quick trip of the Earth around the sun, and I'll be back. Next.
Hold for Jimmy.
I did? Oh, that's an honor. And how did he pass? Next.
You see his face.
Okay, just you stop talking and I'll talk. Next.
Last one, Mr. Yallowitz.
Yallowitz.
Hey, it's Jimmy McGill. Listen. Yes, Jimmy from TV. You watch it every day, huh?
Jimmy from TV.
Francesca, get me KWBV. Get me somebody who can pull a commercial. Stat.
You finished making your calls?
Yeah, that was a ton of fun. But what gets me is this. It is my KWBV contract. I almost let one of my ads run today.
You can't do that.
I know. You can't believe this? I've got 9 airings left. I'm out $4,000.
I guess you have to find a local business and try to sell them your time.
This pile of garbage explicitly states I'm not allowed to resell.
So what do you want to do about Francesca? How much notice should we give her? 2 weeks? She should start looking.
So you want to fire Francesca?
I don't want to, but...
We just hired her. I like her.
While we're on the subject, we need to talk about the overhead on this place.
Kim, no! We didn't go through all this just to give up everything after 1 day of suspension.
It's an office. Why waste money on something we don't need?
As far as I'm concerned, nothing's changed. I'll hold up my end, you hold up yours.
So you're gonna keep paying for half a law office even though you're not practicing law?
Call it aspirational thinking.
Okay, but how are you gonna pay for it?
The day I don't show up with my half, that's the day we'll talk about closing this place.
That's fair, I guess.
You'll see.
Jimmy, like, I am not finna fold.
He don't know what he about to do.
Right? He already out $4,000. So that means he ain't gonna be able to bring in no new money, no new clients or anything.
Yeah.
Look at the two of you. I mean, you belong on TV. I know you're thinking it's too good to be true. We can't afford that. Well, I'm telling you, you can. We'll shoot 9 commercials for $4,900, and that includes the 9 airings.
It does sound like a good deal.
It does. It's a lot of money.
That's why we have our toe in the water package. 1 commercial, flat rate, $849.95, beauty part again, free airtime.
We'll think about it.
Excellent. When do you think you might decide?
Maybe next week.
Yeah. I was talking about a much shorter window for the thinking part.
How short?
Like
an hour.
We would have you on the air by 3:20 this afternoon.
You're going to shoot a commercial in the next 2.5 hours.
We would need to be shooting in the next 15 minutes.
Talk about a short notice.
I didn't come to work for that today.
Man, Jimmy's on his hustle, ain't he? That's what you call a hustler right there. Like, I'm trying to get y'all on TV today. The whole crew.
Is everything okay?
No, I air in 2 hours and 20 minutes and I have no clients. Another $400 down the drain.
Maybe you could make a commercial.
Have you not been listening? That's what I've been trying. Oh, right.
Look at that thing hanging out. No, man.
A little spuffy microphone hanging out the window.
Right? This is what you call a man with a master plan.
All right, plan it right here. I want you to get those dishes behind me. Oh, shit. No, I can't do this.
Sure you can.
No, we're totally off brand here. I'm Jimmy McGill, a lawyer you can trust. I can't suddenly turn into commercial guy. Repeat after me. For a limited time, we'll shoot your commercial today and have it on the air tomorrow.
For a limited time, we'll shoot your commercial today and have it on air tomorrow.
I thought you were like president of the drama club or something.
I'm treasurer.
You, go.
For a limited time only, we could,
Cut, maybe next time. Woof.
He said wolf.
In the way he looking at him too. He look like
you're not camera ready.
Yeah, you're not gonna work.
All the same weight?
Within a quarter gram. Take your pick. Forgot how to count? You get 5.
Don Hector gets 6. He's expecting 6. And that's what I'm gonna bring.
He's trying to take 6. We only owe him 5.
Give it to him.
Sure.
Give it to him.
Shoot, Hector got him doing all the dirty work. Look how he looking around like,
Is he at the like at the cleaner spot?
How can I use this place?
Yeah. Where Walt and them were making all the product and stuff.
Yeah, like the huge laundromat for like commercial use.
Yeah.
Whenever you're a drug dealer, you want to go legit. They always, for some reason, they always buy a dry cleaner.
Oh, look.
Well, it could work.
Okay then.
What was her name?
I can't remember, but she worked for the international company.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the name of it though. Start with I think an M or something like that. Chuck, what the hell is you doing? Oh Lord.
Right, what is he doing?
I say in about 6 to 8 months, Chuck gonna be homeless, living under a bridge somewhere with that blanket wrapped around him. Or the police gonna see him and lock him up.
May I speak with Dr. Lara Cruz, please? Well, I need to speak with her. I'm a patient, former patient. Thank you.
He's about to pass out again.
What is it? Did he piss himself? No, he wasn't there. It was just his guys. They called him, and while we were waiting to see what he'd say, one of the guys put a gun to my head.
They put a gun to your head?
Mm-hmm. It's no big deal.
So, your father, his shop, where does he get his upholstery?
From the distributor.
Where is the distributor?
Jalisco.
Alyssa, I want a new way to get my stuff over the border.
Don Hector, my father, is a simple man. He is not in the business.
You will teach him.
Don Hector, please.
Don't worry, I take good care of Papi. He make money.
Leonel talked to a guy in Los Lunas.
Looks like Tuco knifed the guy.
All he had to do was 6 months. He'd be in there forever.
Boss.
You talk to your father.
It's like he just wants what he wants. Like it, I don't care what messes up what.
I don't care about your father, who he is, what he got going on.
As you see the first one, you're gonna want the whole package. So I'll bring the whole team down there. We'll be there 12:30 sharp. I'm gonna turn you into a star. See you then.
Want a beer?
Yes, thanks.
What was all that?
Well, I'm unloading that ad time.
But I thought you couldn't sell it.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not. They pay me to make a commercial. I throw in the airtime for free.
Smart.
Yeah. Then it came to me. I'm selling advertising. Why not advertise?
What commercial did you run? Not Gimme Jimmy.
No, I made a new one.
When?
Today.
I gotta see this commercial. I gotta see this.
Just had a feeling it's not gonna be
He probably
good.
made this in like 6 minutes.
What's that I see? Albuquerque's next TV star? It's you, small business owner. You can't afford not to be on TV. You're a triple threat. Great services, great products, and most of all, that face star. Wrap it all up in your natural charisma and bam, you belong on TV. I can have you on the air tomorrow. You heard me right. Tomorrow. Call me, Saul Goodman. The world needs to know about you and your business.
There it is, babe.
505-842-5662.
The guy at the station said he's never seen so many star wipes in a row.
It's all good, and there you have it.
Saul Goodman.
Yeah, it's like, it's all good, man.
That guy has a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's more than the
Kid
name.
was like, huh.
Right? I probably got Kim thinking about, like, I might need to call and
Right.
get me a commercial ran. It's all good, man.
As
Hey.
she says.
She said she liked the name.
You know, like, Jimmy just gonna come up with stuff, though. Like, he is one that, like, he is not, like, you know this. Like, he is the go-getter. He's gonna make something happen. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's not about to just sit around and go broke. Like, he already knows what that feels like. So, he's a hustler, okay?
Yeah.
Jimmy Hustle.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and he know how to work it in to get exactly what it is that he needs to get done to make ends meet.
Right.
He's that guy.
He's definitely one of those guys that'll make sure that both ends will meet at the end of the day.
Literally.
Because that right there, that commercial, like, again, that's just another reason. That's just something else to show you, like, Jimmy's acumen to, like, get the job done.
Yeah.
He out 4,000. He got to pull his own commercials off. So, hey, what better way now than to advertise these slots right here and to get other people to call in and then probably sell his slot to them for an affordable price.
Right.
Because I'm sure he don't have a price point right now. He's just trying to, like, get whatever he can get.
Right. To make his money back at this point.
Yeah,
you know,
as
because
much
he's
of it,
already
yeah.
taken a loss. So, yeah, it's a matter of him just trying to make back to break even, basically, is what he said. But, you know, I could see him trying to do this.
He got the hat.
And really changing this into some type of business. Like, that's what you're going to solve for. But wasn't in Breaking Bad? He was an attorney in Breaking Bad, though,
Who?
wasn't he? Saul.
Yeah. When Breaking Bad started, he was already Saul Goodman.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But he was an attorney, though, right?
Yeah, he had his practice and everything.
Okay.
He was like an attorney / what do they call?
Yeah.
Loan shark.
Whatever business you need, I got you.
Yeah.
Business.
He had his hand in a little bit of everything. The nail salon. He could help you buy a business in everything. He had his
everything.
By then, he had his hand in everything.
Okay.
And now I want to see what Chuck is doing. Like, Chuck went to the payphone. It sounded like he was calling like one of his old doctors or somebody that was helping him at some point in time.
Yeah.
But he needs to be careful.
No.
He keep wandering the streets like that. Like I said, he gonna end up locked up somewhere, homeless under a bridge somewhere.
I mean, he's not crazy, like stupid. Okay, like he knows what he can't do.
I think he's losing it to a degree.
Oh,
slowly but surely, it just look like he just looks
starting to unravel a little bit.
Yeah, just unravel.
Like a little bit at a time. I don't know. I really don't know where his character is going right now. I'm not sure where he's taking me with him. Like, obviously we know with Jimmy what happens with him and where, his character is going to take us. But I don't know about Chuck. I'm not sure at all now with him.
Where he's going now that Jimmy pretty much kind of like X'd him out of his life.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they kind of did the same thing to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm just surprised, like, the way that Jimmy got out of this whole thing regarding him going to the hearing and still being able to keep his bar license.
Yeah.
Like that, like I feel like that was big, especially out of these last 2 episodes.
But I don't think
that was big.
What you mean he got to keep it?
He got suspended, but he didn't completely lose the bar.
Well, he can't practice law for 12 months, though.
Right. But what they wanted was for him to completely get disbarred and
all together, where he couldn't do any of that.
In the state of New Mexico.
Right. I got you.
So that's why he was popping champagne, because that was like a win for him.
Okay.
I'm suspended, but the ultimate goal, what Chuck wanted, he didn't get it. So that's why you see, like you're saying, with Chuck acting the way that he is, sulking.
That's why I'm like, I don't know where his character's gonna go, because we didn't see him in Breaking Bad. So I'm just kind of curious to know like how this is gonna end up with him.
For
like,
Chuck. I think it's gonna be like Jimmy said.
You think so?
By yourself.
Maybe
somewhere by yourself.
Yeah.
Whether a regular hospital, whether a mental hospital, like somewhere.
Well, he brought that on himself.
Yeah, he definitely brought it on himself. The way that he went off on Jimmy during that hearing, I'm just like, I'd have washed my hands of you at that point.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But last but not least, just this whole thing with like what Nacho doing. Like you saw how he had to like kind of manhandle the guy that kind of came short with the money, and then he had to go and do the pickup, and almost got his head blown off.
Yeah.
And now Don Hector want to use his father for distribution. You know what I mean? And so like he already showing signs that he's sick. But when those pills dropped on the ground, it's like he put his foot over it. Like,
yeah, there must be something he has to have, because as soon as he took the pill, it seemed like it kind of calmed down whatever he had going on in that moment. So I felt like, I don't know why he wouldn't have picked up that pill and gave it back to him.
And gave it back to him. That's what I'm saying. He put his boot over it. So
just act like this didn't fall on the floor. I'm gonna just keep this to myself for right now until he walk out of here.
Right. So you can definitely tell that like Nacho, like he definitely is like he's definitely like what you would call a disgruntled employee. He's very disgruntled right now.
Yeah, well look how he's being treated.
Yeah.
Just out here, you just got me out here in these
just treat me like a little mule.
Right. Yeah, basically. Yeah, y'all. So, yeah, y'all chime in. Let us know what y'all think about this so far down in the comment section. And if y'all enjoyed it, give us a big thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you don't miss any videos from Asia and BJ. And if ain't nobody else told you, I love you. And we're going to see y'all in the next video. Y'all.
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Yeah. Bye.